And we're back. We are back after the break with another week of MMTV. Today is Sunday, March 6, 2022. This is your host, Samantha, and we are returning with a great lineup of segments. The amazingly talented Chris starts off this week with his segment, Drum Studio, where he will be sharing another original song. Then we have Marissa with her question of the week.
Honestly, after school, I like to watch videos and chill with my sister.
I like to read after school.
Just you get home, probably eat something and just crash for an hour, dude. Just straight up nap.
I like to go to Marketplace with my friends.
I don't know, after school I like to just like go home and take a nap or like go get food.
I basically just do homework after school.
And after practice, I'll either do my homework, but that's not very much fun. So usually I like to hang out with my friends after school, or take a nap.
Right after school.
Mostly after school, if I'm not hanging out with friends, I'll probably play my guitar or watch videos.
Mark your calendars. On March 17th at 7 p.m., the musical and drama departments are putting on a musical cabaret fundraiser. This will be taking place in the cafeteria, and admissions will be $5 at the door. All right. This week on Student Profile, we meet fellow student Scarlett. Let's see what Rosie has to share. Then, Conrad asks about the Kanye scandal on his segment, You Ask, We Answer.
This is Scarlett Anderson. Scarlett is a sophomore at Monument. Her favorite class to take here is English. After high school, Scarlett hopes to go to college but doesn't know what career path she wants to take yet. In her free time, Scarlett loves to read and hang out with her friends. She also plays softball for the team here at Monument. Some fun facts about Scarlett is that her favorite color is sage green, and she has twin sisters. Scarlett's favorite thing about Monument is all of the history behind it. That was this week's Student Profile. Join us next week for more.
Learn about the Kanye beef.
Let's go.
So I'm here to talk to you today about the infamous Kanye West and Pete Davidson beef, as they would say. You know, a little overview of the situation. Kanye West and Kim Kardashian have divorced. Terrible. Should have happened a long time ago. You know, a lot of things going on there. And Kim Kardashian has recently started dating Pete Davidson, and Kanye has retaliated. Our first question: whose side are you on?
Honestly, I think I'm on Kim's side in this matter. I'm on Kim's side in this matter.
You know, honestly, I think Kanye West is taking this a bit too far. I recently saw actually that he's claiming that Kim Kardashian is endangering their child, North.
Well, I think that her track record is very strong with her parenting. I really do. I don't see where she's endangered her child by putting a TikTok video up. I really don't. I don't understand that complaint. And what tends to happen, as you mentioned, in divorce situations where there's no celebrity factor, no high exposure factor, we still get some of the same behaviors from the separated partners of projecting insecurities and regrets onto the other person.
Yeah.
Like it's always the other person's fault. I'll say this, I'm a fan of Kanye's art. I have been since really he blew up on the scene as a solo artist in 2004, and I always respect what he's done for hip-hop culture and for fashion culture, and I see him as a unique, singular artistic talent. So like the emperor with no clothes, like he's the emperor of a cultural universe, but he is not really faced his own demons in a way that's really seems authentic.
The death of his mother, which obviously was a very terrible moment in his life because they were so close. And
very close, yeah.
Do you think that he's kind of gone off the rails a bit more since his mother's death, and like
The things that's been positive about this kind of scandal and clickbait kind of ordeal. Where he said he didn't want to interfere with his family. He seemed like he was being a gentleman and being classy, and I think Kanye's so unfortunately his perspective is so skewed and so unbalanced that he presented that to say, like, kind of look to his fans as like, oh, this guy's a meddler, and it shows how off he is.
Thank you so much for everything.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This was fun.
As of tomorrow, masks wearing will become optional in Monument. Yet keep in mind, masks will still be required on buses, in the nurses' offices, for pre-K students, and for students and staff coming back from quarantine during those first 5 days in the building. Sam returns with his always informative perspective on video games.
Last week, the sequel to the 1997 game Soul Hackers was announced with a release date set for August 2022. What I'm here to have a look at is what has the game changed from the original, what am I looking forward to, and what am I skeptical about. Starting off with the setting, it's still very cyberpunk-like, however the definition of that setting has changed a lot in the last 25 years, so while the concept is still the same, the execution is very different. Looking at brief clips of the gameplay, it seems to be a lot different compared to the original game, with the row system being ditched. Replacing it seems to be a 4-person battle system which the player can assign demon companions to. Something similar to the mainline press turn system is also being included in the game. What I'm skeptical about is the writing. Games like Persona 5 and Shin Megami Tensei 4 Apocalypse had trouble giving characters proper motives and a lot of the time fell into narrative stereotypes. And recently, Shin Megami Tensei 5 made the characters enjoyable, but overall the story unfortunately felt half-baked and incomplete. If Soul Hackers 2 can avoid these pitfalls, I think it'll be a fantastic game.
Welcome back to Ray's Not So Neighborhood Plants and Botany. Today we're looking at Hydnora africana. It was introduced to science of the Western world by Carl Thunberg in 1744. Native to Western and Northern Africa, Hydnora is a parasitic plant, meaning it obtains its nutrition and water by latching onto other plants or hosts, causing extreme detriment or death to the host. It was one of the first parasitic plants known to the Western world, and was one of the species that set a standard for how we understand parasitic plants. The plant does not have chlorophyll or perform photosynthesis. It eats by latching onto a host plant's roots and releasing an enzyme that allows it to dissolve part of the roots and take the nutrients up for itself. The plant is considered by some to be the strangest plant in the world, and not only because it looks like something out of Goosebumps and doesn't really act like a plant, it has evolved to have a strange structural system, having no leaves and only appearing above ground in its flower trap form, which is used for pollination. The plant pollinates by flowering above ground, attracting pollinators like beetles and flies, giving off a scent and releasing heat. It then traps the bugs inside its floral chamber. The bugs, then thinking that it's rotting meat, will lay eggs inside, getting covered in pollen before it is released again and spreads the pollen. It also relies on birds and small animals eating its fruit to spread the plant's seeds. Here are some fun facts. There is actually very little research about the plant other than the most recent study done in 2016, which sheds some light on its reproductive system. Despite how long it has been studied, it remains mostly a mystery to the scientific world. Even though 1% of all flowering plants are parasitic, they are drastically under-researched due to the way they develop evolutionarily. Though the plant looks and smells horrible, the berries are called jackal fruit and can be eaten by humans and many animals. The flowers of the plant are very small, ranging from 3 to 5 inches in size, as it appears above ground, even though it is much bigger in the ground below. The plant is not endangered and actually fairly common to see in West and Northern Africa. The plant develops underground and grows from 3 different lobes that are fused together. The inside of the flower appears to be a bright salmon orange, while the outside blends in with sand around it. That's all on our alien-looking friend for now. See you next time on Ray's Not So Neighborhood Plants and Botany.
Over the break, 96 new maroon lockers that are larger and more conveniently located have been installed. It's great to finally add these improvements to our building. Tomorrow, the winners will be assigned their new lockers. Enjoy, Spartans! Julia is back this week, sharing another recipe, this week looking at a Ukrainian dish. Alec then follows sharing his book review of the week. sports are back. Registration is now open and there will be a mandatory parent-athlete meeting taking place Monday, March 14th at 5 p.m. in the cafeteria. Now, it is finally time for our Sports Weekly, where we give you all the latest news and updates regarding the sports world. This week, Wesley shares the national sports news. Let's see what's going on. Unfortunately, Caden could not be with us this week, but we are looking forward to his return. You may have lost something? The Lost and Found is loaded with student items. It is located in the front hall, and there is a great range of items from jackets to water bottles. Go check it out and retrieve what you are missing. It is TV time. First, we have the Mias with their review on the hit show, New Girl. Then Tessa follows with a movie review on the classic Good Will Hunting.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to Mia and Mia's TV review. Today we are reviewing New Girl. New Girl is about a woman named Jessica Day. She was in a long-term relationship with her boyfriend, and they lived together. One day she came back from her vacation early and decided to surprise him, but she was the one who was shocked when she found him cheating on her. She moves out right away and finds an apartment with 3 male roommates.
The show talks a lot about the life of young adults and their struggles of sharing an apartment with someone of the opposite gender. There was romance, drama, and comedy in the show. The show also has a lot of amazing characters, like Schmidt, a Jewish man who used to be overweight that lived in New York City, a feminine touch that made it easier to talk to the ladies. But sometimes it takes a turn, so he has to put money in the douchebag jar.
Then there is Winston. He's originally from Chicago and grew up to play professional basketball in Latvia. His personality develops when the show goes on. He starts off kind of awkward and bland, but by the end of the show, his personality blossoms into a funny, quirky tone. One of the biggest jokes is how seriously colorblind he is.
The next person is Coach. He appears in the first episode and then doesn't come back till the 3rd season, then leaves again during the season finale of the 4th. He's an army brat and moved all around the world. He got the name Coach because when they visited Winston, he kind of coached the team from the sidelines. He truly means the best for everyone and loves his friends. My favorite is when he was on the cruise and he was scared of boats. They started talking about what would happen in case of emergency, and he started to freak out.
Cece is Jess's best friend since middle school. They lived in Portland, Oregon, and decided to move out here together. Cece is a model, and her profession is one of the reasons Jess got to live with the boys. Cece is a mother bear. She is sweet and kind until someone hurts someone she loves. And she has this weird relationship with Schmidt for a long time, and they eventually get married and have kids.
Nick is from Chicago. His personality is a grumpy old man. He's a bartender and very broke. He doesn't believe in banks and is very skeptical about letting Jess live with them. When he is uncomfortable, he moonwalks out of the room. His relationship with Jess is so long and kind of confusing in the beginning. One of my favorite scenes is when he gives Schmidt a cookie, because Schmidt gave him one before. He was still confused why Schmidt was still mad at him.
Jess Day is a sweet middle school teacher. She loves to watch Dirty Dancing on repeat during a breakup and loves those boys like family. She loves to sing and dance and do good for the world. She is emotional and very funny. She also doesn't understand that something she says comes out in a gross way. Her and Nick are complete opposites, and yet they work so well.
The show has 7 seasons and you can watch it on Netflix. I definitely recommend. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Sign-ups for the chess tournament are now open. It is quickly approaching, so head to the library and try your luck. Good luck to all who will be playing. Did you know that you don't actually need to drink a minimum of 8 glasses of water each day? Me neither. That's why we have Gauge with this week's Mythbusters segment. Then, Weatherman Luke shares the weekly forecast.
What's going on? My name is Luke Arianti, and I'm here to bring you your weekly weather forecast. So we start out the week here on the little bit of the wetter side. As you can see here, the first 3 days, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, we're expecting to get hammered by some rain and possibly some snow here on Tuesday if the temperature drops down. But it's most likely going to be a, mix of rain and possibly snow. But clears up a little bit on Wednesday here. It's pretty clear. Partly cloudy for both Wednesday and Thursday, and the temperature stays in about the 40s the entire week. Not much. Might drop down in the earlier of the week like Tuesday again, but that doesn't last for long. These 2 partly cloudy days are moving on out of here by Friday, and we got more rain coming in this weekend with rain on Friday, Saturday, and continuing on through the weekend. We're reaching a weekly high of 51 on Monday, and it's not expected to go anywhere higher than the 50s, anywhere lower than the 40s. We're gonna stay at about that mid 45 pretty much the entire week. That's why might be a possibility of snow, but rain, cloudy. It's going to be just overall a really just gray kind of week. Not really that much to look forward to, but that's all. That's your weekly weather forecast, and back to you, Samantha.
Thanks, Luke. The guidance department will start visiting classrooms this week to give an overview of the scheduling process, along with working individually with students to sign up for the 2022 to 2023 school year. Reach out to your guidance counselor with any questions. It is Lego time! Let's check out Troy's segment discussing all things Lego. Right after, Henry shares a review on a small streetwear brand based entirely off the United States. it is time for the weekly lunch schedule. Monday starts off with hot dogs. Tuesday they will be serving grilled cheese sandwiches with a side of soup. Wednesday is taco day with churros. Then we finish off the week with Thursday's chicken parm and whole grain pasta. Then Friday's stuffed crust pizza. Last but never least, Orson is back on his segment, Shoe Review. Afterwards, a short skit will be performed by Hyatt. Let's see what they have in store.
Alright, so tell me about your shoes, Luke.
Yeah.
What are they?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so I think being lost has had an effect on me.
I'll never be able to make it out of my life as a student trash can again.
I trusted you! I came here to review this tree and, now I think he's my best friend. I think I stepped on a snake. I will need to eat you for food. Luckily, I brought my survival kit. Goodness golly, I'm saved. Well, at least I have an excuse to use these leaf transitions. Well, there might be a bit of snow coming in, but I think I'll be fine. I was wrong. I've been out here for 13 days. So, I just got locked outside. I went outside to record a bit more, and I'm stuck out here. Sharing directly, I think they would let me back in. No, they didn't. They didn't let me back in.
That brings us to the conclusion of our first March segment. Thank you for joining us tonight and supporting us as always. If you have any suggestions, we are eager to listen. Please reach out through our email, monument.tv2021@gmail.com. Have a great evening. We will be back next week, same time, same channel. This has been Samantha from MMTV, signing off. Good night, everyone.